All right, guys, what's up? My TTG fam, what's going on, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What a day! Woo! Spac mania. My God. Damn. Guys, Spacs are where it's at. Okay, the Spacs are where it is at. Unless you guys have been kind of living under a rock for the last couple of weeks now. Okay, couple of weeks now at this point, guys. The SPAC market is where the opportunity is. Okay, for those of you that are new or maybe are unfamiliar, you might be saying to me about, well, Mike, what is a SPAC? A SPAC is a special purpose acquisition vehicle, guys. Okay, where it is a means for companies to go public aside from an IPO. Okay, so basically the way a SPAC works, all right, is a money manager, all right, will collect capital. Okay, it'll collect capital from investors. Now, the money manager will have a certain period of time to buy a business and bring it into the SPAC. Okay, it's just a public vehicle where you can it's a merger. It's a way for companies to go public via merger instead of a traditional initial public offering. Okay, so they have this special vehicle. Okay, it's actually called SPACs. Actually stands for Special Place Acquiring Cash. Okay, is what it stands for. All right. And this is where you'll have these money managers will raise this capital. They have a certain amount of time to buy a company and then merge that business into the SPAC. That is the new craze. Okay. There are so many of these SPACs right now. The list goes on forever. Okay, I can name for you 50 different SPACs right now, guys, that are seeing some pretty insane liquidity. Ones that really stand out to me today as far as their action is, of course, LAZR. LAZR has been my favorite one. We've been trading it in True Trading Group now for the last couple of days. You also have CIIC. You've got LCA. You've got SBE. You've got HCAC. You've got KNDI. You've got so many, okay? So many of these SPACs are on fire. Okay. And I've been talking to you guys. Okay. I've been talking to you guys about this for the last couple of days about how I feel like the SPAC market is going to be, pulling a lot of day traders' attentions over. Okay. Pulling a lot of day traders' attentions over. Yep. Special purpose acquisition company. Let me actually do a quick check on futures real quick. I just realized that I have not looked at the futures market since we started. We're down 0.3%. I just want to do a quick check on futures before we kind of got things going. All right, guys. So those are SPACs. All right. So, and you've had a lot of the main craze in the SPACs has been obviously the EV market. Obviously, the EV sector has been on fire, but you have a lot of other SPACs that are not related to the electric vehicle market. Okay. Many of them are, but many of them are not, All right. So that is what I've been telling people, that I think that small caps in general, small caps have been giving you less follow through over the last couple of trading days. And I think it's really because you have day traders' attentions like mine. Like, look at me, for example. I'm focusing on SPACs. I did trade a small cap today. It was GTEC, but my main focus today was LAZR. I made a little bit more money on HCAC. I made some money on GTEC. So, just a really nice solid day all around. We're going to recap what's going on in the SPAC market. I'm going to recap for you guys all of my trades today. On LAZR was my big winner today. That's where I made the bulk of my money today in LAZR. Traded it multiple times throughout the day. I took profits, added back to my position, caught the move in the morning, caught the move in the afternoon as well on full position size both times. Because I'll talk about you guys with the reload later in the afternoon. There was actually a really clean technical pattern on LAZR going into the afternoon session that we're going to talk about here on the live. And then we also had, like I said, HCAC. I made a little bit of money on HCAC, nothing to write home about, but then GTEC, I was able to add a nice chunk of profit to my day on that one as well. Okay. So we have a lot to go over. We've got a lot to discuss. This live stream is going to be focused on this SPAC market. I know I'm probably going to get 1,000,001 questions about various SPACs and what I think about them. You have to understand this. If you are looking to buy a SPAC, okay, let me explain to you guys how the SPAC market typically works. Okay, all of your investors that come in and give the money manager capital before they actually buy a company and before a merger is complete, once the merger is done, you typically see a liquidation of the early investors that came in and gave them that money before the company completes the merger. So usually you'll see these SPACs will run prior to the merger. Once the merger is complete, watch for a pullback. Okay. Once the merger is complete, watch for a pullback on those stocks. It's very important that you understand, okay, if you are going to be trading these SPACs, it's very important that you understand what is the company that is going into the SPAC. What is the company that they are merging with? What do you know about the company? What sector do they operate in? Okay. And listen, if you're going to hold on to these things, you have to know it. You have to know it. I'm not saying that you guys hold on to them. I'm saying treat them like a trade. The SPAC market is absolutely on fire right now. It's kind of taking the place of the IPO market, which we also do have two very big IPOs that are going on here this week. Okay. And that is going to be Airbnb. You also have DoorDash that's going to be coming out here as well. Airbnb's valuation is back up to chaos. $42 billion valuation now. Now on Airbnb, we're starting to get back up to the valuation levels that I do not like on Airbnb. So I was hoping that Airbnb's valuation really took a hit during COVID, but then now as they're getting closer to going public, that valuation is really starting to climb back up. And it's getting back to inflated levels that I'm not really comfortable with the valuation that we're starting to see on Airbnb. And that valuation is going to continue to push higher. And the day they go public, they're going to go public probably even higher. And you're probably going to get a gap up on IPO day. And I'm actually not thrilled about that. I was hoping that Airbnb was going to go public at a much lower valuation. And I thought it would be a nice viable IPO, but I'm starting to get a little concerned about how high that valuation is starting to creep up. They're now back to over, like a week or two ago, they were around 30. Now you're talking $42 billion valuation now is the last that I heard. I would just be, it's probably going to end up being over 50 by the time they actually go public, which I think is too high. So we're going to talk all about that. All right. So we have a lot to discuss here, guys. It's going to be all about the SPACs. We're going to discuss here today, and then I'm going to recap for you guys all of my trades. Okay. So welcome everybody to the TG live stream. I want to thank all of you all for joining me here today. First and foremost, if you are brand new to the channel, welcome. Okay, first thing that you guys want to do is subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you also turn on your notifications. Make sure you guys never miss out on any of the live streams that we do here on the Teach the YouTube channel on a daily occurrence here with these live streams where we answer questions, provide trade ideas, trade recaps. I told you guys last night on the live stream that I was going to be focusing on SPACs today. We were talking about LAZR was a swing trade last week from Thursday from the Wolf. I traded it, day traded it on Friday, day traded again here today. And we're just ripping profits out of this stock on a daily basis now. For the last 3 days, our biggest wins have been thanks to LAZR. Okay, those have been our biggest wins thanks to LAZR. So, yesterday I told you guys that I thought LAZR had a chance to get into the 40s. I told you that yesterday. Okay, told you guys that yesterday that we had a chance to get into the 40s. And the stock ended up, I think right now we're trading over 43 and change. Last I saw, we were up after hours too as well. We had a nice little squeeze there going into the day. I'm actually looking to see if we get up tomorrow again into the 50s. I'll tell you guys right now on LAZR, if LAZR gaps up into the 50s, I'm probably going to look to actually start to try and short it. I might look for an exhaustion gap up tomorrow if this thing gaps up into the 50s. I think, I just think these SPACs are getting out of control, and the move that I saw on LAZR in these last couple of days is starting to get kind of crazy. So, some people were asking me today if I was going to be shorting it today. I said absolutely not. Trying to shorting LAZR going into the day today at any point during the time would have been crazy. You would have been playing with serious fire. I do think that stock continues to trade higher. I was long it the entire day. It was long it from the morning right up into close to the closing bell. I think I got flat with like 15 or 20 minutes left in the day. And I added back to that position a couple times throughout the course of the day. So it's been long and strong on that stock up until this point. If we get a big gap up, I'm flat. I think the wolf is still long some. I'm flat. If we get a big gap up tomorrow, I will look then to actually see if I get an exhaustion gap, and then we can maybe short it. Okay. But was a beautiful trade. Congratulations to all my THD fam that caught that move. Nice. Way to go, Roy. First day. Roy Bitron, first day in chat. He made $2,500 on LAZR. Nice job. Really nice job. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But all right, guys, so we're going to get into all of that, in the next, let's say probably hour and a half, 2 hours. We're going to be getting in and diving in, and we're going to be recapping all my trades from today. Okay. So guys, like I said, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications. If you guys have not done so already, smash that like button before we get things started. And we're going to start off this live stream the same way that we start off every live stream, which is with a blanket open floor Q&A session. We're going to give some time for people to log on, let people join us on the live, and you guys have the floor. Fire away. I know I'm going to get 1,000,001 questions. I know I'm going to get 1,000,001 questions. So you guys go ahead, fire away. I know. See, here come all the SPAC questions. Look, VGAC, what are your thoughts? LGVW, what are your thoughts? So here come all the SPAC questions. I knew it. I knew it. Oh, man. What was the catalyst on Kodak? The catalyst on Kodak today, I told everybody pre-market, I told everybody just be careful, stay away from Kodak. I said that Kodak was going to create a lot more round two of bag holders today. The agency that was looking into the loan that Kodak got, they said that there was no wrongdoing, and then they found out that there was no wrongdoing. You got a big gap up. Hey, Mike, I keep getting shook out of trades. I usually place my stops below major intraday pivots, but somehow the market always hits my stop. How do I avoid this? Okay, so, listen, unfortunately, I'm not quite sure where you are. I'm not quite sure where you are setting your stops exactly. I mean, you say you place them below major intraday pivots, but I'm not sure what your classification of an intraday pivot is. You may be placing your stop losses still too tight. You might be placing your stop losses in areas that maybe you think are key pivots, but actually are not. Really what you need to focus on is not necessarily like an intraday pivot, but what's the pattern that you're trading? Like, what is the pattern? What is the reason why you're buying the stock in the first place? Okay. What is the reason why you're buying the stock in the first place? Is it because you see a bull flag? Is it because you see a cup and handle? Is it because you see a TTC triangle? Do you see a trade line view up cross? Like, what is the reason why you're buying the stock? And then once you have identified that, you've got to figure out, okay, well, what level, if the stock breaks below, would you say that this pattern is no more? And whatever level that is, where you can say, okay, well, if I'm looking at a bull flag and you say, okay, well, if the stock breaks below this level, this bull flag is no longer intact. That's the level that you want to set your stop loss just below. So I'm not quite sure if you are, I'm not quite sure if you're setting your stops in the right place. But if you keep getting stopped out and the stock moves higher without you, you want to make sure that you take a look at that and make sure your stops are in the right place. Jeffrey Madalena, how do you find SPACs? I mean, honestly, you can go on, like, honestly, literally, you can just Google list of SPACs 2020, and you will get an entire list of every SPAC that is out there with information on the SPAC, information on the company, information on the money manager that's controlling the SPAC, information on the company that's being merged in, if there's been one that's been identified yet or not, because a lot of these SPACs have not yet identified a company that's being merged in. So, you know, literally you can just Google it. Seriously, I'm not even kidding. Like just Google like list of SPACs 2020. And you guys are going to find a whole laundry list of these companies. What stop losses would you use for multi-day swing trades, weekly highs or weekly lows? Neither. This is what I'm saying again. Like stop losses are, it's not, you know, I don't use stop losses. The stop losses are not like a clearly defined thing where it's like, okay, I'm buying this for a swing trade. I'm going to set my stop loss at the weekly low. Like that's not a good strategy for you to set stop losses. You have to identify what is the reason why you're buying the stock in the first place. Where are your support levels? So where you can say, okay, if you think this is a bullish setup, whatever the setup is you're looking at, if you think it's bullish and this stock's going higher, you're going to buy the stock. Okay, great. What is the support level that's causing you to buy the stock in the first place? What is the support level that tells you that this is a bullish setup in the first place? Okay, and then you set your stop loss below that. That doesn't have to be the weekly low or a weekly high if you're short. You know, it's not that set in stone. I don't like when traders try to implement that those specific strategies for stop losses because they're arbitrary. They're arbitrary stop losses. They're not necessarily like, yes, in some scenarios, the weekly low or the weekly high could be key levels of support or resistance, but not always. You know, you don't need to necessarily just say, okay, well, if the weekly low, I'm just going to set my stop loss there. You don't sometimes have to take that much risk because there could be a level way above the weekly low that if the stock breaks below that level, that this pattern looks like it's broken down and it looks like the stock's going to continue to sell off. You know, you don't necessarily have to be setting your stops based on something as finite as that. Focus on what is the reason why you're buying the stock in the first place, identify that support level, and then set your stop beneath it. David Padilla, Mike, do all golden crosses go or activate? What has to happen specifically looking at American Airlines daily chart? No, all golden crosses do not have to activate or do not have to cause a stock to go higher. A golden cross is just a very basic technical indicator setup where, you know, you're getting a 50-day moving average is crossing over a 100-day moving average, or any shorter term time frame moving average, simple moving average is crossing over a longer time frame simple moving average. Traditionally, it's the 50 crossing over the 200-day, and that is your golden cross. Now, this is seen as a bullish setup. It's seen as a bullish trigger, and it shows you that the short-term momentum is to the upside. Okay, that's typically what that means. Now, does that mean that every single time you have a golden cross that the stock has to go up? No, absolutely not. And that the same goes for any setup and any indicator that is out there, guys. Nothing works 100% of the time. Nothing. Not a golden cross, not a death cross, not a bull flag, not VWAP, not a Fibonacci, not a Bollinger Band, not an Elliott wave. Nothing works 100% of the time. That's why you have to understand how different technical indicators work in conjunction with one another to be able to identify high quality patterns and setups. Okay. So no, every golden cross does not have to trigger a stock to move to go higher. Yes, it was a great day today, Jeff. Jeff says, was it a good day today? It was a great day today. Great day today. Except the TG triangle. That works all the time. You know, no, listen, it's my favorite setup. It's an extremely high quality pattern. It's an extremely high quality pattern. But no, even the TG triangle, which is my favorite pattern, does not work 100% of the time. Okay, Holistic Strength says, I'm sure we are all curious about this, but in your career, what was the closest to all in you went in on a trade and what happened? It got my absolute ass kicked. I've gone all in, you know, a couple of times early in my career. So something that well, that's not true. I shouldn't say that because I went all in short financials in 2008. I was extremely leveraged in 2008, short the financials after Bear Stearns went bankrupt. And I actually had a short position on Bear Stearns. But you know, going all in on trades is something that I don't recommend you guys do. You know, I don't ever go all in on anything at this stage in my career ever. And I don't recommend any of you ever go all in on any of your trades either, because then you're going to start to throw off your risk on all of your trades. And if that trade that you end up going all in on, if that ends up being the one that you get smoked on, you know, that's when you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt and in a world of, because you're going to wipe out a month of profit in just one trade because you went all in on it. I don't recommend it. You know, successful traders and traders that build their accounts, they don't build their accounts because they have one home run trade where they go all in and they just crush and that's it. I just became a better trader. That's not how traders build themselves up and grow their accounts. Traders build themselves up by steadily improving and by steadily making gains. I've gone all in on a couple of trades and I've gotten hurt. You know, one of my worst losses, I lost $92,000 was one of my worst losses. And that was me going all in on a short play that I thought I knew more than the markets. And I paid the price for it. And I absolutely paid the price for it. You know, this is many, many years ago, but I'll never do it again. You know, I'll never do it again. I'll never do it again. It's just not, you know, it's, remember this saying, you know, and this is for traders that always talk to me about, you know, if you're asking me about going all in, right? Like going all in and like, okay, go, you know, really swinging for it. Guys, this is one of the quotes, and I even said this, I think, on the last live stream. This is one of the quotes that that really stuck with me throughout my trading career. And I repeat it to all my teaching members, and my mentor gave me this quote and it really kind of changed things for me. It really helped something click in my mind when it comes to trading. And the quote is, you guys have heard me say it before if you've been a member of my channel for a while, that successful traders are more concerned with how much they're going to lose if they're wrong. Struggling traders are obsessed with how much they're going to make if they're right. And that is a big, big, big difference from the mental perspective and the mindset of a successful trader and a struggling trader. And like that quote right there really, really, really stuck with me, because when I was younger in my career, I was a cowboy, man. I pushed, I went for it. Like when I had confidence in something, I went for it. And yes, that resulted in a lot of big wins, but also resulted in a lot of big losses. And my trading, my P&L was not reflecting my trading stats. I was a better trader than what my P&L was showing, because when I was losing big. And it was eating away at a lot of my profit that I would work so hard for throughout the course of the month. And that's when, you know, it's like that quote right there really helped kind of change my perspective on things. And now that's a quote that I really live by now. And I pass that quote on to all of my TeachD members now. So when you're asking me like, hey, Mike, can you talk about like, you know, going all in? If you're worried about going all in, it's because you're fixated on how much you can make if you're right. You're not worrying about how much you're going to lose if you're wrong. Because if you thought about how much you're going to lose if you're wrong, trust me, you wouldn't make that trade. All right, next question. All right, Diana. All right, Diana, I'm giving your girls a shout out, Diana. They're finally watching the YouTube live. All of Diana's girls, get your butts in chat. What are you waiting for? Get your butts in chat. Listen to Diana. She is a smart, intelligent woman. Listen to her. Get your butts in chat. I'm calling out your girls right now. Join us. Yes, Joe Marshall says, Mike, do you like pen? P-E-N, not P-E-N-N, just pen. Okay, had a nice day today, up 7%. Do you see this company, 9 billion cap, having a similar trajectory to Intuitive Surgical, 90 billion market cap? May have heard it here. Oh, okay, that's right. That's why you said it. Okay, I was like, what? That's exactly what I said. But then you said you may have heard it here. Yes, I do like pen, ticker symbol P-E-N. It is a stock that I actually, that I like for long-term. For a long-term hold, PEN. Listen, Intuitive Surgical, ISRG, I'll just pull up the chart for you guys real quick. Intuitive Surgical, ISRG completely dominates their space. Okay, Intuitive Surgical, medical instruments and supplies. Okay, they completely dominate the space. That's ticker symbol ISRG. Okay, fantastic company. Fantastic company. Okay, but a much smaller company, 1/10 the market cap, PEN, is coming up on their heels. Okay, this PEN has recently, in the last couple of weeks, has seen a bit of a pullback. We found major support down here, okay, right below 200. This was a beautiful area of support. This is an excellent area to start to get long around 200. I was talking about PEN on previous live streams, or that I thought it was a buy around 200. And what you will see is previous resistance, previous all-time high resistance there around 200. Okay, previous resistance there around 200. We broke through it. We then pulled back in. That level found support back in September and October. We then rallied all the way to new all-time highs at 275. We pulled all the way back to 200 to test that level again. And look at the volume that has come in on this stock these last couple of days, as the stock has now bounced aggressively back off of that $200 level. This company is a fraction of the size of Intuitive Surgical, but I do think that this company has a pretty good chance of taking market share away from Intuitive, and there's plenty of room. There's plenty of cake to go around. Okay, there's plenty of pie to go around because Intuitive Surgical dominates the space, and I do like this PEN. Christian Bolstad, Mike, how do you think potential stimulus news this week will affect the markets? You know, I talked about this in my live stream last night about the news headlines that we want to be paying attention to this week that could potentially move markets is stimulus headlines, because we started to hear about stimulus last week. Okay, last week was really the first time that we started to get stimulus headlines in the news cycle since prior to the election. Prior to the election was the last time that we got stimulus headline talks. Okay, that was late October was the last time we heard stimulus in the news cycle. Since the election, the news headline cycle was gridlock within between the Senate and the House, maintaining Democrat and Republican split. Markets like that, markets rallied. We also got a lot of vaccine news 3 consecutive weeks in a row, and the vaccine news has helped push markets higher. That news cycle has been what has driven markets to all-time highs. Now that the vaccine news cycle is kind of starting to get behind us a little bit, okay? Now the vaccine cycle is starting to get behind us a little bit. I feel like the vaccine news is starting to really get priced in, that I think that if we get another news headline from Johnson & Johnson, for example, that the result in the markets will be less significant than when you got Pfizer's announcement and when you got Moderna's announcement. But I think that, you know, stimulus talks are going to start to become part of the news cycle again. And I think that they do have the chance to move markets, at least maybe good for a 2-point intraday move. I think you can still get a 2-point intraday move if you get something where, Pelosi and Mitch McConnell have a phone conversation at 9 a.m. It goes well. And then they both give a statement about how, we're picking up talks again. We're working out numbers. That can move markets at least 2 points intraday. At the same time, if you get some type of negative headline where maybe Mitch McConnell comes out with a public statement and says, man, you know what, we're still really far away. And then Nancy Pelosi comes out and reiterates, I'm hopeful we can get something done in the next month or so, but we're still miles apart. If you get some headlines like that, markets could pull back at least 2 points to 2 to 3 points intraday. So those stimulus headlines, I think, could be good for at least 2-point intraday movement. And that's something that you guys are going to want to pay attention to. The other news headlines that you're going to want to watch, okay, the other news headline that you guys are going to watch and pay attention to is going to be disruption in the vaccine supply. Disruption in the vaccine supply and logistical disruption with actually getting the vaccine out to the masses, okay? Guys, listen up. We've got 1,000 people right now live watching this across all the different social media channels. So everybody stop what you're doing right now and smash that like button. I am demanding likes if you guys want me to continue. I'm not taking a single other question, okay, until you guys all start to smash that like button. Let's get ourselves up to 500 likes. We've got about 1,000 people watching this right now, guys. Smash that like button. Show me how much you guys appreciate the time, energy, and effort that goes into these live streams. If you guys want me to continue answering questions and then get into those trade recaps and the lessons from the day, smash that like button, guys. All right, there we go, guys. Keep on smashing. Let's go. I want 500. I want 500, guys. Keep on smashing. Let's go. You guys want me to keep on doing these lives? You guys got to let me know that you want me to keep on doing them. Get to 500 likes right now, and I'll keep on doing these lives. You guys that's your way of telling me you want me to keep doing these, because, guys, I don't do these every night till 10:30, 10:45 at night for my health. I do this for you. I do this to help you guys become more consistently profitable traders. All right. All right. So there we go. That's it. See, I just have to ask. That's all. Dell, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. There it is. There's 500. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Michael, when was your last vacation? Last June, sadly enough. Last June. All right. Yeah, honestly, guys, it's like I don't really need to, like, even when I take vacations, I don't really take a full vacation, because all I need is internet. Like, I can trade from anywhere in the world. Prior to COVID, I mean, I usually take a couple trips a year. Like, if you guys have been following my channel for a while, or if you've been a TGD member for a while, you guys know that I've been to Dubai a bunch of times. I trade from Dubai when I'm out there. I've traded from Vegas, LA. I was in Italy last June. I traded a couple days when I was in Italy. I was in, St. Lucia like a couple years ago. I was trading from there. Aruba, trading from, I trade from, as long as I have internet. I mean, I take my travel station with me. That's one of the beauties about being a trader, guys. One of the beauties about being a trader is that, as long as I have internet, I can work from anywhere in the world. And especially when I'm, if I'm in a different time zone, sometimes it works out so beautifully. Like, it works out so beautifully where it's like, okay, my girl's showering or she's getting ready for dinner, and I'm sitting down and I'm trading, and she's like, okay, you're ready? All right, fine. Let me set a stop. Let's go. It's like, all I need is internet. That's one of the beauties about being a trader, guys. It really is the freedom that being a trader allows is just amazing. Where's your favorite place to travel? Honestly, Mike, I love Dubai, man. Dubai is one of my absolute favorite places in the world. Italy is one of my favorite places in the world as well. I would live in Italy. Honestly, I would live there. I would live in Italy. Italy is probably my favorite place in the world. All right, let's see. Next question. Can you sense a red day before it happens? Do you mean a red day like in the market, or like a red day with your own P&L? I assume you mean a red day in the market. I assume you mean a red day in the market. And yes, you can. Now listen, it's important for me to just preface this by saying to you guys that nobody, being a good trader, it's not about necessarily being right or wrong or being able to predict what a stock is going to do. That's not what being a good trader is all about. Being a good trader is about identifying high probability setups that more often than not will result in specific price direction. Okay. Now, that's a big difference between saying, oh, I know what the stock is going to do, right? Nobody really knows what a stock is going to do. Nobody. Okay. Nobody knows what a stock's going to do. Anyone that tells you that they're 100% certain the stock's going to do something is so full of shit, because all you have to do is ask them this question. I guarantee you there's not a trader in the world that would do this. Now, if you all said to me, you're like, Mike, are you willing to bet your entire net worth that you can answer what's 2 + 2? I would say yes. This is going to be the easiest net worth double that anyone has ever experienced in their life. I bet my entire net worth that I can answer what's 2 + 2, because I know with 100% certainty the answer is 4, right? Now, if you said to me, Mike, are you willing to bet your entire net worth the SPY goes to 363 tomorrow? Not a trader on this planet would take that bet. Not a trader on this planet would take that bet. They can have the biggest short position they've ever had in their entire lives on that trade. They still would not take that bet, because there's not a trader in the world, that knows with 100% certainty what a stock is going to do. That's why I always tell you guys that trading, it's not about necessarily being right or wrong. It's about saying, okay, this is a high probability setup, that when I see this setup with all of these different factors, there's a 75% chance this goes up. And that's about as good as it's going to get. That's what being a trader is all about. It's like poker. Okay. It's like poker. Now, when I'm sitting there, and I've got my poker hand, if I'm a really good poker player, it's all about probability. It's about, based on the cards that I have in my hand and the cards that are on the table, the chances of me having the best hand are 82%. And if that's the case, I'm going to bet. I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to try to get more people to put their money into the table because the odds are in my favor. Now, that doesn't mean that with 100% certainty, I'm going to win that hand. There's still an 18% chance I could lose, right? But I'm going to play that hand every single time. It's like pocket aces. For those of you that play poker, you'll understand this reference beautifully. If I get dealt pocket aces pre-flop, that's the highest probability cards you can possibly have before the flop comes out. So when you get pocket aces, you are going to play that hand every single time. Every single time pre-flop, you're going to play pocket aces. Every time. You have the highest chance of winning. Once the cards, but you do not have a 100% chance of winning. Once the cards come out, the flop comes out, your probability of winning either goes up or down. That's the same thing as a stock going through a consolidation and volume increasing or decreasing, or a certain indicator giving you one signal versus the other. That's going to increase or decrease the probability of the pattern that you're trading going up or down. Now, with the pocket aces example with poker, highest probability cards that I can possibly have. Great. That does not mean that I still can't lose. So I can play that hand and I can bet it and I can bet it and I can bet it and I can bet it, and I can still lose that hand. Now, just because I lost that hand, maybe somebody limped in with like 9-10 offsuit and they were a big blind and it only cost them a little bit more to come in and play the pot, and they came in and the flop came Jack, Queen, King, and they just flopped the straight. Now, I've got pocket aces, which I think I'm good because I've got top pair. I've got the best pair of cards that are on the table. I still have a high probability of winning the hand, but I don't know that this person limped in with 9-10. Now, is that going to cause me to now moving forward stop playing pocket aces just because I lost that hand? Of course not. It's the best possible hand that I can have. You're going to play the probability. It's mathematical probability, it's statistical probability. That is trading. It's not about being right or wrong. Being a good poker player is not about me saying, I know what that person has in their hand, because you don't know what that person has in their hand. You have a pretty good idea, but you don't know for sure. You don't know for sure. So I'm going to still play those pocket aces every single time. Just like in trading, when I have an A quality setup, it's not going to work 100% of the time. Just like pocket aces are not going to win 100% of the time, but it's the highest probability pattern that you can find. You're going to identify those setups and you're going to trade them over and over and over again. And mathematical, statistical probability is going to work itself out in your favor in the long run. As long as you control your risk and your downside, just like in poker, as long as you don't go all in, okay, and you just, blow yourself up and you get taken out by the guy that limped in with 9-10, you'll live to fight another day. You keep playing those pocket aces, more often than not, you are going to win the hand. But you're not going to win every time. Same thing goes with trading. And that's what I mean by nobody really knows what a stock is going to do. Being a good trader, it's not about being right or wrong. Okay, it's not about being right or wrong. It's about identifying high probability patterns and sticking to them over and over again. All right. Yes, Joel, exactly. So pocket rockets is the THD triangle, V-ball cross, high volume push, low volume pullback into support, 38.2 fib, fundamental catalyst, and a slice of grease wheel. Exactly. That's your pocket aces right there, man. That's your pocket aces setup. All right, guys, next question. A lot of people are asking about Kodak. I told everybody in chat today, do not chase Kodak. Do not chase Kodak. Please, for the love of God, do not chase Kodak. All right. I told everybody, do not chase Kodak. That Kodak was going to create another round of bag holders. Let's go to the charts. We'll talk about Kodak. Okay, so here we are. Okay, a lot of people lost money on Kodak intraday, and the stock traded higher after hours. Okay, I still do not trust Kodak. Okay, I still do not trust Kodak. This is why earlier this morning when the stock was pushing up here 14s, I didn't trade it. I didn't chase it higher. I kind of warned people pre-market about Kodak. Stock sold off all the way back down to 11. Okay, so it went from 14 all the way back down to 11 and then traded sideways for the whole rest of the day. Okay, traded sideways for the whole rest of the day. Market closed. And after the market closed, you got to push higher. Okay, you got to push higher after the market closed, which now brings things kind of back into, it brings Kodak back into relevance. If Kodak did not give you this push after hours and Kodak just like stayed down here, I would look for, without any type of doubt, I would look for us to gap down tomorrow, maybe around 11 or 10.50. I would look for a gap down if we closed and stayed below 12 and we were trading at around 11.50-ish. Okay. But this move higher gives it some relevance. I still I'm not a believer in Kodak. I don't trust this stock as far as I can throw it. And I can't throw a stock. It's a digital thing. Can't really throw it, which makes it pretty difficult. All right. So you have a gap fill here right at 15. Okay. You have a gap fill here right around 15, like 14.50. And you guys look at this resistance level that we point. This is why I was talking about $14 today, because you got this previous little pivot high right back here. And then you've got this gap fill from August. Okay. So you got that gap fill, you got these previous pivot highs, and that's right where we are right now. Or excuse me, I should say that's not where we are right now, but that's the highs. Okay. That is the highs. All right. So that's a key level of resistance for Kodak. My initial gut tells me that we don't break through that and Kodak just kind of starts to fade in the next couple of days, but we'll see. You've got big short position on this thing. Obviously, everyone knows what Kodak did back in July. We traded Kodak when it had that big rally. We caught like, I don't know, $12 a share on Kodak when it had that squeeze up to $60. And everyone always thinks once a stock does that once, they just always think that, oh, it's going to do it again. It's not going to do it again. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and Kodak is going to do this. Okay. That's not what's going to happen tomorrow. So, ease your expectations or adjust your expectations. I would look for there to be resistance up at 15 if we get there. If the stock gets through today's high, which is 14, look for resistance around 15. If any of you are long, I would look to take profits off at 14, and then I would look to take more profits off at 15 if it gets there. Kodak is most likely not going to be something that I'm going to be trading tomorrow. I did not trade it today. I most likely will not trade it tomorrow unless I see some major volume come in when this thing breaks through 14, 15. So otherwise, it's something that I'm staying away from, and I don't want to see you guys get caught holding a bag on this. What software was that? That's TC2000. Hey, Mike, what do you think about Airbnb raising the share price range before IPO on Thursday? Does this greatly change things in your mind? And are you interested in this one at all? It actually greatly changes things in my mind tremendously. I'm pretty sure now they're going to IPO at probably their highest valuation. They're going to IPO at their highest valuation, and they'll probably, the valuation from what it was today, it's probably going to increase even more before it actually IPOs on Thursday, which changes things for me. Airbnb's valuation was cut in half during COVID. And I liked it a lot better. I thought pre-COVID, the valuation was getting stretched. There's a lot of hype and excitement behind Airbnb. But as they get closer to IPO, the valuation keeps going up and up and up and up. So I'm liking it less and less. I'm liking it less and less. I got excited during COVID. Once they said that they were filing, I got excited because I knew their valuation was kind of cut in half, but it's just been going up and up and up and up and up as they get closer to their IPO. So that thing's probably gonna IPO over $50 billion market cap, which I think is stretched. I usually don't trade IPOs. If we were going to be if Airbnb was going to IPO, because it got all the way down to like $15 billion market cap. And I was like, what? I'm like, yes. I'm like, okay, that I'm a buyer. I'm a buyer of that all day long. 15 billion on Airbnb. I'm going to buy that thing. But I thought maybe we were going to get an IPO in the $20-25 billion range, but we're going to push this thing. It's going to be over 50. And I'm just like, I just think the valuation is way too high. I think it goes public on Wednesday or Thursday. Is it Thursday? It's either Wednesday or Thursday. I got to check. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah. Listen, Airbnb might be a good trade. It's got the name recognition. You'll probably have a lot of interest on it. Is it Thursday? Yeah, it's Thursday. Okay, yeah, 12/10. So Thursday. What are my thoughts on Zoom? It's a good question. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this, on my thoughts on Zoom. I'm going to tell you guys. I'm going to tell you guys my thoughts on Zoom. We're going to spend a couple of minutes on this. All right. Let me take you guys out to Zoom, because I actually called out in chat today what I think is a short opportunity on Zoom. If we can break below this 100-day moving average. This purple line on my screen is your 100-day moving average. Okay. As you guys can see, over the last month, this 100-day moving average has been an area of support for Zoom. Okay. What I think about Zoom video is as follows, and I'm going to give you my short near term, and then my long-term take on Zoom video. Okay. My short-term take on Zoom video is that we are going to break down out of this little bear flag setup that you're starting to see form here on Zoom video. Okay, so you have a little bit of a bear flag pattern here on Zoom video right above, okay, this 100-day moving average, okay, right above the 100-day moving average. And if we can break beneath that 100-day moving average, I think you can see Zoom video drop to test that prior low, okay, this little pivot low, which puts this thing down around 370. Okay, I think this can drop down to around 370 if we can break below that 100-day moving average. Now let me tell you guys kind of what am I thinking about my long-term thoughts on Zoom video. And I'm telling you guys this from a friend of mine who works for a payment processing company. Not ADT. That's the That's the alarm systems. What's the payment processing company, guys? They're like the business services company. Oh, why can't I think of it? APT, ADP, ADTP or something. ADP, ADP. Thank you. ADP. Yes, ADP. Thank you, guys. Okay. So thank you very much. So a friend of mine works for ADP. And what he is seeing with all of his clients, which are all companies, they're all corporate clients, right? Is that a lot of the corporate clients, they actually prefer a lot of Zoom's competitors. Okay. They prefer Zoom's competitors. Okay. Which is, you're talking, Google's got competition. Microsoft has a competing software. There's a lot of competing softwares out there to Zoom. Okay. There's a lot of competing softwares to Zoom. So this is the way that I look at it. Zoom video rallied. Okay, let me go back. Zoom sold off when we got vaccine news, right? Because the reopening trade. If people start to go back to work, kids go back to school, less people use Zoom, right? Cool. So Zoom then rallied back when New York City shut their schools again. Okay, so when New York City shut their schools again, Zoom video rallied again. Now we've got more vaccine news. You've seen Zoom video pull back. My long-term thesis on Zoom video. I do not think Zoom video is going anywhere. I think Zoom video will be a major player going forward, but I do think this company is going to have some market cap shaved off of it in the next couple of months. In the next couple of months, I actually think that Zoom video goes significantly lower. And that is because as the reopening trade continues, right? There's a lot of people are saying, they're like, well, a lot of companies are not going to be like, business travel is going to be way down. People are going to, okay, I'm not going to fly to Singapore for a meeting when we can just do a video conference, right? And that's true. But if ADP is telling me that the majority of their corporate clients are not using Zoom, or they prefer like the Microsoft's product and Google's product over Zoom video, then that business aspect of Zoom video, I look at Zoom as like personal use. Zoom is the product that everybody was using when it's like, hey, let's do a Zoom party with our family. Let's do a Zoom party with our friends while everybody is staying home during quarantine. The kids are using Zoom with their teachers when they're doing virtual schooling. Well, after COVID is gone and you get the vaccine distribution and the economy reopens, kids are going to be going back to school. Okay. So you're no longer going to be doing the virtual learning. Kids will be back at school. So take all those Zoom users away. Then all of the people like you and I that, hey, let's do a Zoom. We'll play a drinking game with like our family or our friends. Well, you're not going to do that either, because you're actually going to go out and see these people in person because you spent the last year not hanging out with your family and friends. So take those people away. What does that leave you? That leaves you with all the corporations. But if all the corporations, if my buddy at ADP is telling me that all the corporations actually prefer, like Google Meet or the Microsoft products, they actually prefer using those over Zoom. That's why I think that Zoom has very quickly become like a staple forefront name for COVID. But I don't think you're going to see corporate America take on Zoom like you've seen over the last several months during quarantine. I think that some of the other big players in that space, because people just, Zoom video exploded like it's the only product out there. It's not the only product out there. Google and Microsoft have, according to corporate clients, better products when it comes to business. Doing business, Google, Microsoft have better products. So you're going to see corporations, yeah, maybe they're not going to travel to China for a meeting, or you're not going to go to London for a meeting. You can just do a video conference, but it's not going to be held on Zoom. And if it's not held on Zoom and you're not Zooming with your friends and family because you're actually hanging out with them in person once the reopening gets under effect, and if the kids aren't on Zoom because they're actually going to school physically, I think that leaves a lot of downside on Zoom, guys. I think that leaves a lot of downside on Zoom. Microsoft Team, You know, like these other products, I think that's a lot of downside left on Zoom. I don't think Zoom is going to be able to keep up with post-COVID. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with the growth that they experienced in 2020. I don't. And I think that when you have competition from Google and Microsoft coming right up your ass, I mean, guys, I mean, I think that's a recipe for disaster, I think. So I think that Zoom has a long way to go in the next couple quarters. I think and when I say like longer term, I'm talking like the next like 2 to 3 quarters. Like I'm talking about like, Q2, Q3 of next year, you can see Zoom video really lose a lot of that market cap that it established in 2020 once people realize that these other products are preferred in corporate America. So something to think about. There you go. Fire and Ice says the company I'm with, we're not staying with Zoom. There you go. Perfect example. Somebody else just said my company uses Google. So something to think about, guys. That valuation is nuts. And I think there's more downside. So we'll see. I said today, if Zoom got below 409, I said it today in chat, Zoom gets below 409, you got to watch for that thing to sell off. You might see this thing drop to 370. There you go. Galazana says my company uses Google. There you go. You're seeing people in chat say, yeah, my company doesn't use Zoom. My company doesn't use Zoom. My company doesn't use Zoom. But if I said to you all right now, hey, go set up a video conference with 20 of your friends, you're all going to use Zoom. Are you going to do that in April? Are you going to do that in June? What about next September? Are kids going to be learning virtually from home, or next September, are they going to be going back to school? Think about it. There you go. One shot, one kill says, I work for the state of Florida. We use Microsoft Teams. Ernest says, we use Google Meet. Look, guys, does a single one of you, and does anybody on this live stream right now, does any one of your companies use Google? There you go. Okay, we have Alan Bradley. His company uses Zoom. But I'm seeing the majority of people on here are saying that their companies use Google or Microsoft. So, like I said, guys, something to think about. I don't want to spend too much more time on Zoom, but something to think about. All right, but it's a trade idea that I've got going on right now in my head. All right, something to think about. All right, guys, what I want to do here now, I want to see. That's enough. That's enough time. We've got over 1,000 people that are now live with us. Welcome, all of you. If we have a lot of late viewers that kind of maybe just joined us or just joined the live stream, welcome. Those of you that are brand new to the TTG live stream, my name is Michael Edward, guys. I'm the head trader of True Trading Group. Began my trading career working for a hedge fund on Wall Street. All right, went through a 3-month educational training program. I've since simplified that education experience, and I provide it to my TTG members, and I also drop you guys some golden nuggets of information on these lives. So if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and of course, smash that like button, guys. True Trading Group is the fastest growing online educational trading community that is a platform for traders. It's not just a chat room or trade alert service, although we do have a chat room. We do have trade alert services. You could follow all of our trades if you want. Okay, but we're a platform that provides you guys with tools and resources. We have courses, trade simulators, scanners, educational video content, the courses. I mean, there's a lot of tools and resources, charting softwares. There's a lot of stuff that you guys get access to as a member of TTG. That I just want to kind of let you guys, those of you that are brand new. So how many of you that are brand new on this live? Okay, how many of you are brand new here that are brand new to trading, period? Okay, something new I'm doing on my live streams. I want to see how many of you are brand new to trading. Type the number 1 in chat right now if you guys are brand new, because a lot of the Q&A session, it can get it can get a little, might go over some people's head. Like if you're brand new to trading and you're asking me about Zoom and I'm talking about the 100-day moving average, you might not know what the hell I'm talking about. So I want to know how many people that we have on here that are brand new to trading. All right, we got Zane, Jason, Lane, James, Elandre, Ajith, Upper Echelon, Kevin, Preston Eric, Carlos Sordo, Tiffany Bowman, Palm, Todd, Mike, Tomastin, Ben Hart, Adriana, Chaz, Kevin Jimenez, Ibe Badran, Tony, Jason Ridley, Mariah Lorenzen, Brendan Johnson, Adrian Delatorre, Ken Fukuyama, Jose Lopez, Tony Vasco, Teresa Fox. Great, guys. Excellent. Excellent. Welcome, all of you. Welcome, all of you newbies. Seriously, guys, welcome all of you newbies. I'm happy to see so many of you on here. Josh Piper, Farhan Salim, SK Customs. Welcome, guys. All of you. Seriously, welcome. Roy. Guys, welcome. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I go live every night. We cover different trade ideas, trade recaps, and other educational content on here. So you guys, like I said, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and of course, smash that like button if you guys haven't done so already. Those of you that are brand new, I will say this to you. Okay, I will say this to you all. Make sure that you guys get yourselves a professional education. Okay, make sure you guys get yourselves a professional education before you start trading. The biggest mistake that new traders make is they just put their money into a trading account and they just start pressing buttons without having any clue what they're doing. Do not try to run before you walk, guys. Get an education first before you start trading. Please, 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 I beg of you guys, because getting an education is what can make you a consistently profitable trader. And once you guys become consistently profitable, this is truly a profession that the sky is the limit, and that is not a it's not an exaggeration. Okay, there is no limit to the success, and you guys could one day tell your boss to go screw. You guys can pay off student loans, take that dream vacation, whatever it is. All these things are possible, but as long as you guys get yourselves a professional education first. Okay, I want to make sure that all of you that are brand new are aware of the 7-day trial that we do have with True Trading Group. Okay, we have a 7-day trial where you guys can actually get access to our member dashboard for 7 days to see the resources and tools that are available to you as a full-time member of TTG. You're going to actually get access to our stock profile tool. These are all things that are helpful for you, that for those of you that are brand new, or if you've been trading for 10 years, all of these things are going to be helpful for you on this 7-day trial. You're going to be able to use our stock profile tool where you can actually type in a ticker symbol. You get a downloadable PDF report on that company with general news, insider transactions, SEC filings, analyst ratings, for as many tickers as you want. You guys are interested in 100 different stocks, knock yourself out. You get 100 different downloadable PDF reports with all that information. Can help you guys make your trading and investment decisions. You're also going to get our daily premium list. That's going to show you all the stocks we're watching on the day, why we're watching them, where we plan on buying, where we plan on selling, how we're going to profit from those stocks. Then you have also 3 sample courses that are included with the trial. These are 3 courses I wrote for the trial. They're guaranteed to help make you guys better traders. Whether you've never traded stock a day in your life or you've been doing it for 10 years, like I said, there's multiple chapters, multiple lessons in each course. So you guys want to make sure that you spend the time to go through those courses. Those courses are included with your membership. They're probably worth a few $100 on their own, but make sure you go through them. They are included with your trial, guys. It's only $3. Okay, it's a one-time payment of $3. You're also going to be able to join us in our chat room live for 3 days. Trade with me live for 3 days. Trade with me, the rest of the TTG team, for 3 days. Okay. Myself and the other moderators, we share our screen throughout the day. You guys see what we're seeing. We're live on the microphone telling you what we're seeing. We tell you guys on the microphone what we're buying and what we're selling before we actually do it. So every time I buy a stock, I tell you I'm buying it before I do it. Every time I sell a stock, I tell you I'm selling it before I do it. All right, so it's very easy for you guys to follow along with the trades that I make throughout the course of the day. And none of our moderators are scalpers. We're not in and out of trades within seconds. Our trades last several minutes, several hours, sometimes several days long. All right, so you guys will be able to join us in the chat room and get all of our trade alerts and follow us and see what it's like to be part of the TTG community and see what a professional education can do for your trading. Okay, so again, guys, for that 7-day trial, you can go to ttgthree.com. The URL is right there at the bottom of your screen, ttgthree.com. It's a one-time payment of $3. You can upgrade to a full membership during your trial if you want, but you're under no obligation to do so. Okay, so again, guys, go to ttgthree.com. All right. So that's our 7-day trial, guys. Maybe I'll leave that pinned up at the bottom of the screen as we kind of dive in here. Now I want to get into the lessons from the day. Okay, the lessons on the day we are going to be discussing here. Let me see here real quick. Yep, there we go. All right. Okay. Yes, all right. So what we're going to do here now, guys, I want to dive into the trade recaps on the day. All right, now my big winner today was LAZR. Okay, let me pull up my trade executions. Man, we were active today. Okay. All right, guys, so let's do this. I'm going to pull up the charts now, and we're going to dive in. I'm going to go over the trade recaps on the day. My big winner today, LAZR. It's where I made the bulk of my money. I added to those gains on HCAC, some small profit, and then I caught a decent trade on GTEC, locked in some solid gains on GTEC as well. Okay, so we're going to go over and we're going to recap all those trades for us right now. Let's go to the charts. Okay, guys, first we're going to go to LAZR. Now, last night on the live stream, I told you guys literally verbatim, if you guys were on the live stream yesterday, okay, if you guys were on the live stream last night with the Wolf and I, you guys heard us talk about LAZR, told you guys that I thought LAZR had a chance to really get crazy. We said that on Friday, and then we said it again last night. Go back and watch my 2 live streams from Friday and Sunday, and you'll see me talk very aggressively about LAZR. We traded this thing, we've been trading this thing for the last couple of days. Wolf got in this thing on Thursday. I traded it Friday. We both traded again here today. Monster profits on this thing, guys, every single day. Look at the move that this stock has made. Okay, I mean, you look at the moves that this stock is giving you intraday. It is nuts. Okay, you're talking about this stock is giving you $10 intraday movement. You know, $10 intraday movement. We went from 33, okay, to 43 today. 33 to 43. That's $10 intraday movement on LAZR. So hopefully you guys were on the live stream on Friday. Hopefully you were on the live stream. We even talked about it Thursday. Hopefully you were on the live stream last night, because I told you that my focus today was going to be on LAZR and on the Spac market. And this was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade today. So my very first trade of the day, I actually went after LAZR early, right off the bell. Not right off the bell, but I actually bought LAZR on this pullback right there. Was my first test entry on LAZR. And when I entered this trade, like a couple of seconds later, there was a massive seller that stepped in on this LAZR. Like, I'm talking somebody came in here with like 50,000 shares and just kept moving lower and lower and lower. They got filled half their position and then reloaded back and then kept pushing down lower, lower, lower. And I just said, man, what is the deal with this? Why such an aggressive move to exit? You know, it was probably 75,000 shares. But why such an aggressive move? You could have just sat there and chipped away at the stock throughout the course of the day. The momentum was clearly to the upside. Once I saw that, I just said, you know what? Let me just kind of take a step back and kind of reset myself. And I just quickly exited that trade and just kind of just reset. I got long at 34.76. I then sold out at 33.52. I lost a little more like a buck a share. I just said I didn't like how aggressive that large order was coming in. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just take a step back and reset. So that was the very first trade of the day. I actually started the day red. It wasn't anything major, but I actually started the day red because I just didn't like that action. And then we got the stock settled in real nicely, and we got a beautiful trade line view up crossover set up on a double bottom gap up. Guys, this is a double bottom gap up pattern. You've heard me talk about this pattern in previous live streams, and here it is. Here is we get a gap up in the morning. The stock pushes higher. It then pulls itself back in to retest that initial morning low. And then here comes your trade line. You see this blue line on my screen, this teal blue? That's your 9 exponential moving average. That's your trade line. We came in there, gave you that double bottom gap up. Trade line came in, held support, and pushed this thing right back up over VWAP. And I just came right back in here and I got long. LAZR, I came back in at 35.50. Okay, so there I am right there long at 35.50. And we have this beautiful move here as we start to extend through the highs of the day. I'll go back. I'll draw a line kind of across those initial morning highs. And as we start to extend ourselves up through highs, I start taking profits. 36.85. My first take profit right in front of the high of the day, as always. We then extend through the high of the day. I take another piece of profit off at 37.40. Then I took another piece off, let me see here, at 38.20. And at this point, I start to run out of shares. That was my partial fill, 38.20. And then another piece at 38.90, which is up here. Okay, so here are my take profits, guys, on LAZR on the initial entry on the back of the trade line view of crossover. Okay, but I'm still long at this point. We just start peeling profits off as the stock starts to extend. This is a big move, but I thought the stock had a chance to get to 40. Okay, I thought the stock had a chance to get itself up to 40. 1033. I'm sorry, guys. The 1090, that take profit was over here. That was a 1033 execution. Yep, 10:33 a.m., 38.90. So that was right up here. So there were your take profits on LAZR. Okay, but I'm still holding on to now at this point a small piece, looking to see if the stock can get to 40. I'm holding on to this now long from 35.50 for the entire rest of the day. Your initial morning highs were sitting here around 36. Okay, your initial morning highs were sitting there around 36, and this level starts to hold during lunchtime. Now, my THD family members, you guys can all verify that I said this here in chat. Again, there's the entry. Here's your take profits. I'm still long a piece of this position. And I told everybody in chat, and my THD fam, you guys can confirm this for those of you that were in chat during the day. I said, if LAZR stays above 36 all throughout lunchtime, this is my number one focus going into the afternoon for a potential squeeze into the 40s. Verbatim. That is what I said at around 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. Around 12:30, 1 o'clock, verbatim. Those were the exact words that came out of my mouth about LAZR. And like I said, my THD fam, you guys could all confirm that that is exactly what I said in chat. Okay. And I told everybody that I was going to look to add back to this position because I think we're going to squeeze up into the 40s. Okay. And what do? Coming out of lunch, it's now 2 o'clock. Guys, your lunchtime sessions typically from 12 Eastern till 2 Eastern. You want to look for stocks when you are trying to find stocks that have afternoon squeeze potential. Okay. You want to look for stocks that were strong in the morning and then consolidate and hold above key support levels all throughout lunchtime. This was a key support level. I didn't even check the fib level on it. Okay, so here you go. So this is a key support level 36. Why did I say 36? Let's take a look at this chart, and I want to identify for you why 36 was a key support level. Okay, what indicators do you see at 36? What indicators do you see? You see the initial morning high, you see the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level, and you see VWAP, which is this orange line on my screen. So those are three support indicators all converging at 36. Okay. So again, when you are looking for stocks that have afternoon squeeze potential, you want to look for stocks that are strong in the morning, that consolidate and hold above key support levels all throughout lunchtime. And then when you come out of lunch, look for an increase in volume to signal the stock's got momentum and it's about to continue its way higher. Well, that's why I said the level of 36. That's why I said that to everybody in chat. Now, let's zoom into 2 o'clock. Here's 2 o'clock, right? We come out of lunchtime, and what do we start to see? Pop. Here's a nice little pop right there coming out of lunchtime, right? You guys see that nice little move there coming out of lunchtime? There's your increase in volume. Start to see volume starts to pick back up, right? Volume starts to pick back up coming out of lunch. That is exactly what you want to see, guys. Exactly what you guys want to see. Now, let me go back. Here we are at 229. 229, where are we? Right here. And there's my add back. Okay, so there at 2:29 p.m., I added back to full size LAZR because at this point I'm down to small size, right? I already took profit 4 times in the morning from the initial 35.50 entry, okay, all the way up to 39 and change. So now I'm down to small size. So I'm looking to get myself back to my full size position. And as we pan this over and we zoom in, there's my add back at 38.61. I get myself back up to a full size position. The volume starts increasing. This is everything that you want to see for a stock that was strong in the morning, the key support during lunch, and now coming out of lunch, this is exactly the action that you guys want to see. Okay. The other thing that I want to point out to you guys was a crystal clear pennant pattern on the 15-minute chart. Another lesson I want you guys to take away from this LAZR trade is the importance of using multiple time frames when you are trading. Do not stay fixated on one time frame chart, because a lot of times using multiple time frames can help you identify patterns that you maybe would not have seen on another time frame. Case in point, LAZR today gave you a textbook pennant pattern on the 15-minute chart. It was an absolute thing of beauty. Now, I did not notice this pattern on the 3-minute chart. Okay, I did not notice it on the 3-minute chart. But now I'm going to go to the 15-minute chart. I'm going to show you guys that. But you know what? Let me delete everything. I'll draw these lines all back. I'm going to delete everything because I want to show you the pennant pattern. It's a little too much, all these lines. So let's go. Let me delete everything. Let me go to the 15-minute chart. Let me show you guys what I'm referring to. Okay. Look at how clean this pennant pattern was. Look at how clean that is. Like, you can't draw a cleaner pennant on LAZR, right? And coming out of lunchtime was the exact moment the stock starts to break up out of the pennant and you start to get the increase in volume again. Okay, so now you see on the 15-minute chart, you see your increase in volume coming in there on LAZR coming out of lunchtime. It was textbook. It was textbook. It was set up beautifully for an afternoon ad to get more upside in the afternoon. This LAZR trade is a perfect example for those of you that maybe you work a full-time job, you can only trade in the afternoon, or maybe you're one of our international members. Guys, with TGG, we have members from all over the world. We've got members in Singapore, Hong Kong, Amsterdam, Australia, the Philippines. We have members in Japan, in the UK, in Spain. We have members in Italy. We have members in Canada. We have members in all over the world. So maybe, you know, you need to find setups for the afternoon. If you're a trader that, you know, only trades the afternoon, or maybe you're a trader that trades the entire day, this is a wonderful example of how to identify afternoon setups. Okay, this is a prime example. And it's also a prime example of why it's important for you to use multiple time frame charts. When it comes to my intraday trading, I use a 3-minute, a 5-minute, a 15-minute, an hourly, a daily, and a weekly. Those are the time frames that I use. I do not use 1-minute charts because I'm not a scalper. Okay, if you are not a scalper, I don't recommend you use 1-minute charts. What is a scalper? A scalper is someone that buys and sells within seconds. If you are not that type of trader, I don't recommend use 1-minute charts because they'll give you a lot of false signals, and it's going to be a lot of noise. Okay, the 3-minute chart really helps to slow down that noise and give you guys less false signals. Okay, but here's that picture perfect pennant pattern, and that coincided with all the technical analysis that I just went over with you on the 3-minute chart to tell me that this stock has a really good chance of making a move in the afternoon. Now let's go back to the 3-minute chart. Okay, let's go back. Let me draw back all those lines because I want to draw back the entire setup for you. Okay, and I'll also recap it for you again here. There's your initial morning high, right? Let's draw a line across it. It lines up perfectly with the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level. And then you've got your VWAP indicator sitting here as well, creating a beautiful area of support at 36. Okay, so there you guys can see the stock held above 36 all throughout lunchtime. Then we come out of lunch, and then there's my ad. There's your increase in volume, and the stock extends up to new highs. So as the stock starts to extend up here to new highs, I start peeling profit off the table. I took a piece of profit off at 39.33. We extended even high. I'm sorry. So right there's my first take profit. Right there's my second take profit at 39.88. Then another take profit here at 40.34. Another take at 40.50. And a final take profit at 41.68. Okay, 41.68. This is my big money maker today, guys. So let me go back. I'll draw the entry, the first entry right there at 35.50. I'll draw out your take profits again, just so you guys can see. Okay, and here's your setup. Okay, so there's the first entry. There's your first set of take profits. There's the afternoon setup. There's the reload back to full size. And then there's your next take profits as the stock extends in the afternoon session. We get this beautiful short squeeze action. Look at that volume, guys. My goodness. Excellent, excellent, excellent volume there on LAZR as the stock extends all the way to new highs of 43. And then after hours, we are still trading up there around 43.70. Okay. Does anybody have any questions? Does anybody have any questions specifically about this this trade? Sean says, how do you know when to take profit? Sean, you know when to take profit by identifying potential areas of resistance on the chart. Okay. You identify potential areas of resistance and you want to make sure you take profits off in front of those levels. Now, this stock is at all-time highs. So you're not looking at resistance necessarily to the left on a daily chart because there are no levels to the left. We're at all-time highs. So the high of the day will be a resistance level. You can take some profit in front of the resistance level. When you break through the high and extend, that's another area of take profit. And then I hold on to some and look and see if I just get some follow through. And as the stock just extends, I just start peeling profits on the table. That's why you guys saw that I took so many pieces of profit. So like for me, usually I take profit in like 3 pieces, maybe 3 to 4 pieces max for my take profits when I'm getting out of a winning trade. Today, you can see I took 4 pieces of profit off on that first trade and I'm still long some because we're at all-time highs. So I'm just dropping shares off as the stock extends to new all-time high, new all-time high, new all-time high. I'm just like, okay, just keep taking shares off the table on the trade. It was an absolute thing of beauty. Is the pennant pattern important as there is some deep market related reason that price will pop or because other traders are also looking for it and will trade accordingly, resulting in that pop? Thanks. It's your second. Technical analysis is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Technical analysis works because other traders see the technical analysis. There's not a deep market related reason why that flag pattern is going to make the stock go higher. The aggressive sell on LAZR. How did you know? What does one do to identify this activity? Level 2, level 3. I traded with you. Thanks. You equals paid for my membership. Nice. Mike Delaney paid for their membership today on LAZR. Nice job, Mike. It was level 2. It was level 2. I just saw the seller step in, like literally an order for 50,000 shares came in low offer and just kept moving the stock down. Like they came in and just kept moving lower and lower and lower until they got filled. And once they started to get filled, they didn't move. They got filled, and then reloaded another like 30,000 shares and kept moving the stock down. I'm like, what the hell, man? I'm like, that is one lazy ass trader. You could have just dropped 25 to 100, 3,000, 5,000 share lots. No problem. And I was getting in and out of this thing, okay, with 5,000 shares like this. You know, that trader could have just easily just been dropping pieces off, but instead they just were like, no, okay. But I didn't know, you don't know how much is behind an order like that. So, you know, when I saw that, I was just like, you know what, let me reset. Let me get out of here. Let me see what's going on with this seller. And let me see if they have more behind them or if once they fill, they're gone. And once they got filled, I didn't see them come back into the market. And I said, okay, you know what? Now we got a really good looking setup here. I'm going to get right back into the stock. I bought it back and we caught that beautiful move. So it was just watching level 2. That's all. What platform can you use to study this specific chart? You mean a chart of LAZR? You can use any charting platform. You guys can use any charting platform. This is TC2000. Okay. You guys can also use TradingView. We offer TradingView, which is a TradingView's pro charting software. Amazing charting system. Okay. Amazing charting system, TradingView. And view is spelled V-I-E-U. Okay. Not V-U-E. They've got a pro charting software. We offer it. Okay. We offer it in True Trading Group for free. It's included with your membership. No, Narendra, no, very, very, very unlikely. Okay. Very unlikely that was a seller shorting the stock. Yeah, no, guys, listen, the TradingView Pro Charting software is included with your membership to True Trading Group. That charting software, TradingView's charting software, that would normally cost you $720 for the year. if you wanted that charting software, if you paid for it directly through charting, through TradingView. It's included for free with your membership to True Trading Group. Raul Gomez, how do I know what to watch before it happens? How do I get it before it runs? I mean, my man, that's everything that we've been talking about. That's, you know, it's way too broad of a question, but it's identifying setups. It's identifying, you know, specific chart patterns and using multiple technical indicators to give you the same signal. This is the section of the courses that are how to identify A setups. You know, the difference between an A setup, a B setup, a C setup. I've gone over this before on past live streams. I've gone over this before on I've gone over this before on, I'm sorry guys, I'm reading messages. I've gone over this before on prior live streams. You know, the difference between an A, B, and C quality setup. An A quality setup probably will give you specific price direction 70 to 75% of the time that you see the pattern. That is what an A quality setup is. Okay, it really doesn't get any better than that. There aren't setups that exist that are like 90% success rate when you see a particular setup or a specific chart pattern. There's a lot of different things that factor into quality of a setup as far as there's price action, which is the chart pattern itself. There's volume analysis, and then there's your technical indicator signals. Those are the three different factors that will determine quality of setup. Okay, when all three of those things are perfect, all three of those factors are perfect, that's a grade A setup. That gives you 70 to 75% probability of a stock moving in one particular direction. Okay, a B quality setup is when maybe two of those three give you the pattern or give you the setup. Two of those factors instead of three being perfect. That's probably a 60 to 65% probability. And then a C setup is maybe when you only get like one of those factors, one of those aspects that line up for that setup. And that's probably like a 50-50 coin flip. Stay away from all the 50-50 coin flips. Being able to identify the difference between an A, B, and C quality setup. Very, very important. Okay. Very, very important. All right. All right, guys, we're getting late. I'm going to go over my next two, my other two trades. We're going to go over these a little bit quickly because I know we are getting late here. I always get, you know, we dive in so deep on these trade recaps, guys. We dive in so deep on these trade recaps. I want to make sure that you guys understand the setups, and you guys, so that next time you see these setups, you can identify them and you can trade them. But let's go over real quick, guys, my other trade setups. All right, HCAC. Okay, HCAC, guys, I added some profits to this one. This one traded higher after hours. This is another Spac play. You're going to keep this one on watch. Massive gap up today, all-time highs. Keep this one on watch tomorrow. See if we get some more follow through. I traded this one here today. Let me zoom in. This was just a clean breakthrough initial highs. Okay, there's your breakthrough initial highs. You got a nice increase in volume. I got long this right here on this pullback, right back down into that previous high. And I just started taking profits off as the stock just extended up towards new highs. Okay, so there's the entry. You guys can see we start to find support right at those prior resistance level highs. And this, again, not a home run trade, but there's your entry. There's a take profit. There's your second take profit up there at 1850. A nice little addition to the day. And then once we pulled ourselves back in, I got flat the last piece of my position right there. Okay, so there's the entry, take profit, and there's where I got fat. And you got this move right after hours, but the bell rang and then pop, and that's your Spac play. Okay, so keep eyes on HCAC going into tomorrow. See if that one can get up towards 20. Then we have GTEC. This was the only small cap that I traded today. All right, the only small cap that I traded today. I'll get into this one here just real quick. Where are we? Yeah, we were active today, guys. We were active today. Okay, here we go. There's the tier one. Okay. So what I want to point out to you guys with regards to this GTEC, again, similar. Okay, there's your initial morning high. We broke through that. Okay, you got this huge volume increase, and that previous initial morning high starts to act as an area of support. You start to act as an area of support. We get this nice little triangular pattern here set up, which gives you almost a TT triangle formation. And I got long a tier 1 position. Okay, a tier 1 position at $10.18. Tier 1, for those of you that don't know, tier 1 is 25% of my desired size. So if I wanted to buy 10,000 shares, tier 1 would be just 2,500. Okay. Then we added tier 2 when we broke up and out. Okay. Added tier 2 when we broke up. Let me use the different right here. Okay. There's where I added tier 2 on the position as we're breaking up and out of that downtrend resistance line at $10.45. So tier 1 at 10.18, tier 2 at 10.45. And then you get this breakthrough and the stock starts to push and extend to new highs of the day. And I just start peeling profits off as we start to push ourselves up towards new highs. Let me see. Take profits 1088. Next take profit 1125 at the new high, and then we got into lunchtime. Okay, so then we get into lunchtime. That's why you want to make sure you're taking profits off as the stock extends. They not want to risk a failed lunchtime breakout, and when we just dipped back below, right there was my last and final take profit at 1047. Okay, 1047 for that last final take profit. So that's a nice little 10% gain. A nice little 10% gain on that trade. And again, these are the trades I'm just adding to my day from the big win on LAZR. And then we had the two trades, those two trades on LAZR, which were the big ones. Okay. Does anybody have any questions briefly as we kind of go through? Anybody have any questions about those trades? Jose Maldonado, I traded all stocks today. I did not trade any options. Okay, I did all stocks today. I didn't trade any options today. I was all stocks. Yep, LAZR is definitely on watch tomorrow, guys. I'm looking for a gap up tomorrow. Maybe we can get up to $50 tomorrow. Maybe we can get up to $50 tomorrow. Yes, I will short LAZR, just not yet. LAZR, maybe LAZR gives me an exhaustion gap. If LAZR gaps up to like 50, I might short an exhaustion gap up. It's a little too soon to tell. I'm not going to tell you guys that now because I don't want you all going tomorrow morning and we're after bell just short LAZR. That could be a death sentence. So I'm not going to tell you guys that I'm shorting it yet. I'm going to wait and see what happens tomorrow. Okay, waiting to see what happens tomorrow. So again, if LAZR gaps up towards 50, I will look for an exhaustion gap up, which is one of my favorite short setups. You guys remember MRNA? We crushed MRNA last week on an exhaustion gap up. It was a huge win. And I'm looking for the same type of setup on LAZR. If I get it, I will attack it. I'm going to go after it. I'm going to go after it short. Okay. I'll go after it short. All right. But right now I have no position in it. Looking to see if we get that exhaustion gap up. All right. So that's it, guys. Okay. Now listen, I want to real quick see how many of you that are on the live stream, how many of you are not members of True Trading Group? If you guys are not a member of TTG, go ahead and type the letters TTG in chat right now. Why did you choose the small cap? I mean, I don't know. GTEC was very active today, James, but I was focusing on LAZR. LAZR was my trade today, and that's not a small cap. That's a SPAC. All right, we got Tiffany, Preston, Mark F., Mark Schmidt, Adele, Joe Hill, Sebastian Lopez, Trey Cobb, Mr. and Mrs. Drew, Allen, Matthew Gibson. Just found this yesterday. Nice, man. Welcome. Juan, Doug, Massimo, David, 3 Pony. Roseo, Mr. and Mrs. Roseo. There we go. Shaw Marshall, 713 Soup, Ben Hart, DeLonk, Dean, Dr. Q, El Jando, Bryson, Nima, Mark, Jose, Kent, John, Jaron Vito, Rosemary, Tony, Matthew Odom. Nice. Turnt Larry says, I made back my membership fee today with your help. Thank you. Nice. Andrew, it's my pleasure, my brother. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. We got Janelle. Nice, Simon. Nice, Shailesh. Very nice. Good, guys. All right, guys, listen up. So for those of you that typed TTG in chat, for those of you guys that are not a member of True Trading Group, I want to know right now, if you're not a member of TTG, what are your goals? What are your goals? What are your goals with trading? Go ahead, type it away in chat right now. Some of you, just go ahead and type some of your goals. Nice, Edson Segundo. I already made 3 times my membership already. Woo! All right, full-time job, become a self-efficient trader. I'm so grateful, Mike. You have made me a lot of money in the last 3 weeks. Lance, you're killing it, brother. Keep it up, man. Keep it up, Lance. Financial freedom, jump tax brackets, nice. Freedom, a $200,000 portfolio to beat Mike. I hope so, man. I hope so. I hope you all surpass me. I really do. Nothing will make me happier. Learn by doing, buy a second home. I work 10-hour days. Want to help pay bills, want to retire soon, make $50K a year. Goals to retire to my condo in Bangkok, okay? Attract the gold diggers. Mateo, you crack me up, man. Make enough money to go on real vacations, gain experience, pay off my house. Nice, guys. Stop working for others. There you go. Not rely on corporate jobs to dictate my life. There you go. There you go. Want to golf all day, every day. Bo, that's why I do it. That's why I do it. I just want to golf all day, every day. Help my family members. Beautiful. Be my own boss. There you go, guys. There it is. Escape corporate America. Guys, beautiful. Retire my amazing wife from her career. Amen. Passive income. Guys, this is great. Okay, listen. Myself and the entire TTG family will help you guys do all of this and then some. Okay. When you are starting out trading and you're trying to become a consistently profitable trader, it's very, very important that you establish goals for yourself, realistic and attainable goals. Like one of your goals should not just be, I want to become rich. Okay. It's very important in your trading careers that you continuously cross off goals. Okay. If you want to make $100 in a day, set it, achieve it, cross it off. Then you want to make $200 in a day, set it, achieve it, cross it off. You want to make $500 in a day, set it, achieve it, cross it off. You want to make $1,000 in a month, set it, achieve it, cross it off. You want to make 2,500, set it, achieve it, cross it off. All right, continue to do this. Okay, continue to do this. Very important for you guys to set those realistic goals and continue to build. Okay, if you guys put in the work, this has an 80% chance of working for you. Okay, because 80% of our members in True Trading Group are making 7 to 10 times their membership fee in the first 6 months of their membership, and 30% of them are doing it in the first 30 days. Okay, so that means that if you guys were to take, okay, the cost of a membership, which you can get at a 42% discount tonight, and invest it into yourself in a full-time membership, you have an 80% chance of making 7 to 10 times your membership fee back within those first 6 months. So you see a lot of comments from people that are here in chat. You see a lot of members that are saying, oh, I made my membership fee back just in 1 day. I've been there in 3 days. I made my membership fee back. I've been there 3 weeks. I made my membership fee back. And you're seeing a lot of people are already making those fees back in just the first couple of days, first couple of weeks of them becoming members. And that's what a professional education can do for you. How many of you in here work full-time jobs? How many of you, if you are a TTG member and you work a full-time job, okay, I want you guys to type I in chat right now. If you work a full-time job, type I in chat right now. For those of you that are not TTG members and you typed TTG in chat, I want you to pay attention to how many I's come through in chat right now, because The overwhelming majority. Nice. Austin Cole is up $10,000 since joining in July. You see what I'm saying? 80% of our members are making 7 to 10 times their fee in the first 6 months. Austin's one of those people. Austin is one of those people. Austin, great job, man. Congratulations. Keep it up. All right. Keep it up. All right. But you will see, for those of you that type TTG, you know, the majority of our members work full-time jobs, and we understand that. Okay. And that's why we've developed a mobile app that allows all of our members to stay connected with our chat room on their mobile device, whether it's a phone or a tablet, while they're going about their trading day. All right. We send out real-time push notifications through that mobile app that allows you to follow along with what it is that we're doing in the chat room all day, every day, and allows you to not only follow along with the education, okay, and go through the courses on your mobile device, but you can also go and be in your chat room, be in our chat room with the mobile app to see the screen share, listen to the audio analysis, and then also be able to get those real-time push notifications whenever one of the moderators enters or exits a trade. And like I said, we are not, we're not scalpers, so it's very easy for you guys to follow along with all of our trades. Okay. If you are a TTG member, I want you to comment from 1 to 10. Do you recommend True Trading Group? If you are a member, I want you to type 1 to 10. Do you recommend True Trading Group to all the people that typed the letters TTG in chat just now? Guys, pay attention to the comments coming through in chat. Pay attention to the comments coming through in chat. All right. There you guys go. Look, you have 10, 10, a million, 100,000, a million, 10 times 10 times 10 to infinity. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. I really do, man. I really do. You guys are the best. I love my TGD fam. I really do. I really, really do. I feel like I know so many of you on a personal level already. It's crazy. I can't wait. I can't wait till we can finally do an in-person meetup, man. Oh, I cannot wait. I'm so tired of this COVID crap. I just want to do a big meetup with everybody. I love you too. I love you too. Guys, listen, everyone that typed TTG in chat, listen up. I'm talking to all of you right now. When I said before, if you're not a member, type TTG in chat. All of you that type TTG in chat, listen up, because I'm talking to you right now. Yes, you directly. I'm talking to you directly right now. Not everybody else on this live. I'm talking to you directly. If you just type the letters TTG in chat right now, because as a full-time member of True Trading Group, you are seeing the success that our members are having. You're seeing the comments. Look at this. Lance Alvarez, I've made $50,000 in 3 weeks. Lance Alvarez literally just signed up 3 weeks ago, and he's already up $50,000 in 3 weeks. Okay. Lance, incredible, my brother. Incredible. Keep it up, my man. Keep it up. Oh, hell yeah, bro. That's real money, man. That's real money, brother. Keep it up. Keep it up. All right. So guys, listen up. So for those of you, like I said, that type TTG in chat, listen, man, you see the comments from everybody that are coming through in chat, but I want to explain what you guys get access to as a full-time member, because like I said, 80% are making 7 to 10 times their fee back in the first 6 months. And you're seeing it with the comments. You guys will be able to get access to our chat room every single day from 7:30 a.m. Eastern until 6:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. When the markets are open, we're in there and we're trading the entire day. I don't just trade. I'm not just done at 11 o'clock in the morning. I trade the entire day. As you can see, one of my best trades of the day was in the afternoon on LAZR, and it's a good thing that I trade the entire day. Otherwise, I would have missed that, right? Otherwise, I would have missed that. Okay. But you guys will be able to see our screen share. Like I said, the moderators, we share our screen with you during the day. I'm live on the microphone talking to you, telling you what I'm seeing, what I'm doing. I tell you what I'm buying before I buy it. My TGD fam, you guys can all verify this. Verify it. I tell everybody what I'm buying before I buy it. I tell you what I'm buying. I tell you where I'm buying before I actually do it. A lot of my members get into trades even before I do, because I tell them where I'm buying before I actually buy it. And then once my trade executes, okay, once I get filled on my order, you get a push notification that pops up in chat to let you know that my order has now been filled. Okay, but I tell you guys what I'm doing before I actually do it. You're also going to be able to get access to our Benzinga Pro news feed, which gives you breaking up to the second news alerts. We have a squawk box feature where you can actually turn on your speakers and listen to the news come over the wire instead of reading. If you guys are busy, like you're in the middle of a trade, you guys can actually just turn the squawk box feature on and somebody will read those news headlines out to you. And you can just listen instead of having to read the news headlines. We also have a trade ideas scanner that streams live for new high a day, volume increases, leading gainers, top gappers. We've got our trade ideas scanner. You guys will be able to have access to that as well. Like I said to you, the mobile app, I mentioned that to you guys earlier, which allows you to stay connected to chat even if you're not in front of your computer. With your mobile device, you can see the screen share, you can listen to the audio analysis, you can get the real-time push notifications. All right. And we are currently sporting a 79% win rate. Okay. We are currently sporting a 79% win rate in chat, which means I said 79%, I believe is now, which means 79% of the time that we call out a trade in chat, that it is a profitable one. Okay. 79% of the time we call it a trade in chat is a profitable one. You guys also get access to every single one of our courses. Okay. Every single one of our courses is included in your membership. When you guys join up the True Trading Group, it is a one-time, you pay one price and it is an all-inclusive membership. It's a 1-year all-inclusive membership when you guys sign up. There are no upsells. It's not like you sign up and you get different level packages where you get some courses, but then there's VIP courses that those cost you more money. None of that BS. When you guys join, you get access to everything that we have. There is an entire 15-course curriculum that I wrote on our website. That's the TGG curriculum. Those courses are a simplified version of the education that I went through when I worked at a hedge fund. My very first job at a college, I was working for a hedge fund on Wall Street. We managed about $500 million, and I was not able to touch a dollar of their money until I went through their educational training program. I've simplified that material. I've created these courses that are available for you now on the TGG website that have beginner and foundation courses, advanced courses, option courses, trader psychology courses, swing trading courses, you name it, we've got it. You have access to all of it. Okay. Every single course is included when you guys join with a full-time membership. Then I told you before that our chat room is like 30% of our platform. We have a lot of tools and resources that are available as well. We have a trade simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money, with real-time level 1, real-time level 2, and options data. Practice implementing what you learn in the courses. Practice it with fake money before you guys start trading with real money. Prove to yourself that you can be consistently profitable on the simulator first. All right. We also have a stock screener that lets you filter through thousands of stocks during the day to see what are the hottest stocks that you should be trading and where you should be focusing that gives you the best chance to profit. You guys also have that stock profile tool. I already told you guys about that earlier. That's where you can type in any ticker symbol that you're interested in and get a downloadable PDF report that gives you general information about the company, news, insider transactions, analyst ratings, SEC filings, all of that right there in one downloadable PDF report. And you also get access to over 90 hours of additional educational video content. That's on top of the courses. The courses are in text and video format. But in addition to the courses, you get 90 hours of additional educational content from recorded webinars and workshops. Myself, the other moderators, we're always doing workshops and webinars for our members. They are recorded and kept in a video library for members to go back and review. You have access to that entire library as a full-time member, as well as the ability to start to join those workshops live, interact with members, interact with the moderator, ask questions. You guys can do all of that live now as a full-time member. You'll also get access to a one-on-one 1-hour mentor session with one of our moderators when you guys join. That is going to be a 1-hour session to talk about your questions, the topics you want to discuss, review your trading, figure out what are the mistakes that you're making and how to correct them to get your P&L moving back in the right direction. I mentioned earlier, also included with your membership is the TradingView Pro charting software. That is a software that is, it's a charting software that is included with your membership, guys. It's a fantastic charting software. And then get this, anything else, anything that comes out in the future is automatically included with your membership. You have access to it. If I come out with a new course next month, automatically have access to it. It's included with your membership. There's no upsells. If I come out with a new course, it's not an extra $200, right? It's included. We're like Netflix. When Netflix comes out with a new show, they don't ask you for $20 to watch it. It's included with your membership. It's new content that's included with your membership. Same thing with True Trading Group. When I come out with a new course or we add a new tool, it's new content that you will have access to as a full-time member. So guys, like I said, we take the top premium trading tools and products, we bundle them together as part of your True Trading Group membership. That Benzinga Pro news feed, the Squawk Box, real-time level 1 and level 2, the trade simulator, the trade idea scanner, the Trading View Pro charting software, minimum 10 easy to follow, actionable real-time trade alerts per week from a community of traders sporting a 79% win rate, 15 professional courses that were written by an award-winning hedge fund trader. I received a Trader of the Year award, guys, in 2008 from the fund that I was working at, and it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the education that I received. You guys also will have over 90 hours of additional educational video content that you guys have access to. That's on top of the courses, and then just access in general. Like, you guys have access to me and the moderators during the day. You guys can send direct messages to me and the moderators during the day and ask us questions. You all ask me questions on these live streams. Mike, what do you think about this stock? What do you think about this stock? Ask me during the day, right? Like, if you want to know what I think about Zoom or what I think about NIO or what I think about, LCA, ask me in chat. Send me a direct message in chat. Ask me. I'll tell you. I'll be like, yo, that's a great, I think it's a buy. Or I'll tell you, that looks like it's going lower. I would stay away from that. You guys can do all of this directly in our chat room. A 1-year membership to True Trading Group would normally cost you guys $2,048 for the year. But tonight only, with coupon code TTG1220, you can get a 42% discount, which brings the price of the membership all the way down to just $1,172. That is up until midnight tonight. Okay, because after midnight tonight, the price of the membership is going up by a couple of bucks, and we'll continue to do so every 24-hour period in the month of December until we get to January. And once we get to January 1st, our prices are going up in True Trading Group. $11.72 is the cheapest price that you will be able to get a membership to True Trading Group moving forward. You will not see a cheaper price than $11.72 because tomorrow the price is going up by a couple of bucks and will continue to go up. That's our holiday sale. Okay, that TTG1220 coupon code, that is our holiday sale. I'm telling you guys that now. It will not be cheaper at the end of December than it is right now at $11.72. Okay, so if you guys want the cheapest price possible, you use coupon code TTG1220 today at $11.72, because at midnight tonight, the price is going up by a couple bucks, and we'll continue to do so every 24-hour period in the month of December. And then we jump up to around $14.97 with a coupon code in January. So this would be the cheapest price that you guys will be able to get access to a 1-year all-inclusive membership to True Trading Group. Okay, so you guys want to act on this membership. Listen, also, anyone that signs up by midnight tonight, I'm also going to include a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD. Okay, a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD for anyone that signs up by midnight tonight. That is the perfect tool to help you stay connected on the go when trading and learning. It's our gift to you. We are also going to cover shipping. Okay, we are covering shipping. It's our gift to you. Like I said, I want to make sure that you guys have all the resources and tools necessary to be consistently profitable traders. I want to make sure that you guys, like I said, I don't want you guys like fumbling around on your phones trying to place orders throughout the course of the day. I want you guys to be able to have a nice tablet where you can listen to you can see the chat, you can listen to the audio, you can see the push alerts, you can log into your account, you can place your trades right there on your mobile device on that tablet. That's a free Amazon Kindle Fire from us to you for anyone that signs up by midnight tonight Eastern time. That is in 1 hour and 37 minutes before that offer expires. Okay. Guys, listen, you guys got to think about what you actually have access, what you're getting access to, the value that you're getting access to. For $1,172, right? You're going to get everything that I just said to you on this live. That Benzinga news feed and the Squawk Box feature I told you about, if you went to Benzinga on your own, they're going to charge you $1,188 for that service alone. That's already more than your membership. That service is included with your membership. Everybody asks me, Mike, where do you get your news from? What websites do you get your news from? I don't need websites. I have True Trading Group. I have my site. We have a live Benzinga news feed in our chat room, okay, that gives us real breaking up to the second news alerts. I don't need other websites. That's included with your membership. If you want real-time level 1 and level 2 on all exchanges, that's $990 for the year, included with your membership. No additional cost. A trade simulator, $750 for the year, included, no additional cost. The TradingView Pro charting software, go to TradingView. They're going to charge you $720 a year for that charting software, included, no additional cost. That's $3,648 in additional work, costs that you guys would have to pay elsewhere for the exact same products that are included for free with your TTG membership. Okay. I'm going to do you guys even one better. Anyone that is still on the fence. All right. Anyone that is still on the fence, I'm going to make a deal with you all. All right. If you guys are still on the fence, if you guys sign up right now before midnight, I'll give you guys up until midnight. So you have an hour and 35 minutes left. Sign up before midnight tonight with coupon code TG1220. Go through all of our courses. Get an 85 or higher on the quizzes that are at the end of the courses, and do your one-on-one with one of our pro moderators. Really put in some effort. You do those three things. And if you do not make your membership fee back at least once throughout the course of your membership, I'm going to give you a full refund. Do those three things. And if you do not make back $1,172 at least once throughout the course of your membership, I'm going to give you all of your money back. We are putting our money where our mouth is because I'm confident that this will work for you. Why am I confident? Because 80% of our members are making 7 to 10 times their membership fee back in 6 months. That's why I'm confident in giving you this money back guarantee. This is the same education that I got. I know what it did for me. It's the same education that I give to my members. I see what it does for my members, with 80% of them making 7 to 10 times their membership fee back in the first 6 months. 30% of them are doing it in the first 30 days. Because of that, I'm able to offer you this money back guarantee. Use coupon code TTG1220 right now. Get the 42% discount. Get your free Amazon Kindle Fire. Get your free one-on-one with a moderator, and get your money back guarantee. And start getting access to a professional education that could potentially change, honestly, the rest of your life. What would it mean to you? What would it do for you to be a consistently profitable trader? What would it do for you if you were able to make an extra $100 a day, an extra $500 a day, an extra $1,000 a day? What would that do for you? How would that change you and your family's lives? Because that's the potential. I'm not being facetious. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being cliche. That is the true potential. You guys can see it right here by all the comments that you're getting from people in chat. This is real stuff, guys. This is real money. This is real education. This is real opportunity. You know, a lot of people think that becoming a consistently profitable trader is like so far out of reach. It's not. The only reason why it was so far out of reach for you is because there's no one to teach you how to do it. That's why you feel like it's so far out of reach, because you have no idea what you're doing. That's why I tell you to learn first. Get an education first, then start trading. That's why you feel like it's so out of reach. It's not. You're smart people. You know, you may not know how to change the oil on a car, but if a mechanic showed you how, I bet you can change the oil on your car, right? You know, you just need someone to teach you. You may not know how to play the piano, but if you went and took lessons for 3 months and someone taught you how to play the piano, I bet you can play the piano. You know, this isn't about, TTG is not about Lambos and making millions. This is about standing on your own 2 feet. You know, this isn't about, ooh, I got a special secret. I got a special secret that no one knows about but me. No, there's not a secret, guys. Stop looking for it. Believe me, I worked professionally on Wall Street. If there was a secret, I would know about it. The secret to consistent profitability is an education. That's it. It's about time you guys get yourselves an actual education and you actually learn what you're doing instead of looking for shortcuts. Learn what you're doing. Do those 3 things. Go through all the courses, get an 85 or higher on the quizzes, do your one-on-one, And if you do not make back $1,172, the cost of your membership tonight with coupon code TTG1220, you don't do that at least once throughout the course of your membership, I'm giving you all your money back. What else do you have to lose other than possibly never reaching your goals? That's what you are at risk. You're not risking the 1172. I just guaranteed it for you. I just guaranteed it for you. I'm going to give you your money back. I just guaranteed it for you. How many non-members are still here? If you're still on the live stream right now and you're not a member of TTG, how many of you guys are still here? Type TTG in chat right now if you're not a member. Let me know. Let me know if you're still here. How many of you are non-members and you guys are still on the live? Type TTG in chat. A lot of you. What are you guys still doing here? Seriously. What are you guys still doing? Like, seriously, like tell me, those of you that are typing TTG in chat but are not members yet, why? Okay, tell me. Daniel Rose, tell me why. Brian Colby, tell me. Yan Palenfo, David Falls, RV Thomas, Ben Hart, Preston Eric, Jose Garcia, Tiffany Bowman, Lakpa, Huang Long, Mohammed Rahman, Shaw Marshall, Shields, Diane Fig. Why not sign off? I'm on here right now selling you guys a subscription to 2 Training Group. Why not just why not sign off? Time constraints, I'll join in 2 weeks. Okay, Adele, listen, I'm just telling you, if you join in 2 weeks, the price will be higher. Just remember that. You know, why not sign off? Maybe it's because you guys know this is real. Maybe because you guys know this is real. Maybe because you guys realize I'm not selling you, hey guys, follow me and you can drive this car. You know, no. You guys don't see me boast and talk about all that kind of crap. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit what kind of car I drive. Nobody gives a shit what my house looks like. Nobody cares. Because what car's in your driveway? That's what matters. That's what matters. Shaw Marshall, don't be scared. Think of it this way. Shaw Marshall said, I lost $40,000 in 2014, so now I'm scared. Guys, listen, seriously. Don't be scared, Shaw. And I'm going to explain this to you all. Every single one of you that are on here that maybe type TTG in chat, maybe you guys feel like, oh, man, I lost money before, so I'm scared. Think of this. Did you lose money trading or did you lose money gambling? Because if you did not get an education, yeah, you might have been buying and selling stocks, but you weren't trading, you were gambling. Because if you didn't get an education first, you had no idea what you were doing. What made you think you were going to be successful? If I stepped into, the UFC octagon without ever getting an MMA training in my life, why would I think that I had even the slightest chance of success against someone that's been doing this for 10 years? Why would I think I can beat a professional MMA fighter if I never got an education or training on how to become an MMA fighter? What would make me think I would have even the slightest chance of success? So ask yourself this. If you lost money trading stocks previously and now you're scared, ask yourselves, did you actually know what you were doing? Or were you just messing around? Ask yourself that seriously. Did you get an education first and then you lost a bunch of money? Or did you just start buying and selling stocks because someone told you to buy this stock and it ended up going down, or someone said something about it on Twitter? Seriously, you have to learn to separate the two. Because if you guys lost a bunch of money trading, but you never got an education, you weren't trading. You were gambling. You might as well go put your money on red or black in Vegas. You might as well go do that. There's a big difference, guys. There's a big difference between trading and gambling. And that difference is a professional education. So you have to separate the two. If you've lost money previously without an education, separate that. I know you might have lost it. You might have lost it buying and selling stocks, but you didn't lose it trading. You lost it gambling. That's why I tell all of our new members that sign up to True Trading Group, go through the education, go through the courses, watch the videos, ask questions, spend time in chat, do your one-on-one, and go on the simulator. Trade with our simulator. That's why it's there. It lets you trade stocks and options with fake money with real-time data, real-time level 1, real-time level 2. Practice with fake money. Prove to yourself you can be profitable before you start going and trading with real money, guys. Okay? That's what it's all about. Okay? So that's it, guys. I can't give the time to educate myself for 2 weeks. Adele, yeah, but listen, you don't want to wait 2 weeks. I'm telling you guys now, the price in 2 weeks will be higher than it is right now today. Okay. And take your time with the education. The stock market's not going anywhere. Lock in the cheaper price now tonight, because the price will be higher in 2 weeks. So lock in the cheaper price tonight, and then go through the courses at your own pace. Guys, we have members in TGD that have finished the entire curriculum in 1 weekend. Then we have members that it took them 2 to 3 months. Just depends on how much time you have and how much time you want to put into it. You don't have to finish all the curriculum in 1 week or 2 weeks. You can take your time. The stock market's not going anywhere. Believe me, the market will always be open. So don't feel like you're in any bit of a rush. Learn how to walk before you run. Okay, so that's it, guys. Use coupon code TTG1220. Get that 42% discount. Get the free Amazon Kindle Fire. Get your free one-on-one with a mod, and get that money back guarantee. What do you have to lose? I have just guaranteed your membership for you. Okay. The only thing you have to lose is potentially never reaching your goals of becoming a consistently profitable trader, and think about what that can do and what that could potentially mean for you and your family. Give yourselves a real shot, guys. Arm yourselves. Arm yourselves for battle. Get an education, because the hoping and praying strategy hasn't been working for you in the past. Otherwise, you still wouldn't be here. It's time you guys do something different. And I want to hear about this new year, new me crap. Okay. Get yourselves an education. I don't care that New Year's is coming up. I don't care if it was the middle of April. Okay. Stop doing the same things, expecting a different result. It's about time you get yourselves a professional education. You get yourselves in chat with your trading group. Go through the same type of material that I went through when I worked at a hedge fund, and give yourselves a real chance of being a consistently profitable trader. It starts right here, right now, with coupon code TTG1220. What do you guys have to lose? I'll see you guys all in chat. Thank you for joining me tonight on this live stream. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and of course, smash that like button. I love you guys. Hope you enjoyed this live stream. Hope it was helpful. Hope it was educational. You guys are the best. Do not forget, if you are not ready to join the team full time, we do still have that 7-day trial. Okay, we do have the 7-day trial. If you guys are not ready to pull the trigger and join us full time, you want to maybe give us a little bit of a test run first, you could go to that URL, ttgthree.com. It's right there at the bottom of your screen. It is a one-time payment of $3. That's less than a cup of coffee. Literally, you have spent $3 on way worse, way dumber stuff. These are $3 that could potentially change the rest of your life. I promise it'll be the best $3 that you have ever spent. Go to ttgthree.com. You can upgrade to a full membership at any time during your trial, but you're under no obligation to do so. All right. Otherwise, you guys can use coupon code TTG1220, and I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. All right. Have a great night, everybody. Later, guys. We'll have to see what LAZR has in store for us tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.